This is where all the big names in motorsport start, in a go-kart. And it's where this eager bunch of young females are whetting their appetites for speed and science.
Well, good morning, girls. We are so excited to have you all here to introduce you to the motorsport world this morning.
Who better to set the tone for the latest Girls on Track program than the CFO of Motorsport Australia, Charlotte Hayes.
So I was born into a motorsport family and I went to my first British Grand Prix when I was just 6 weeks old. Oh, it's absolutely a huge passion for me seeing girls get involved in motorsport. It's something that I've certainly been passionate about my entire life. So our mission is to inspire you as the next generation of young girls considering a career in STEM and to give you the confidence in what you can achieve. You know, at the moment, the sport is very male-dominated, and that's something certainly that we're desperately trying to change and show girls that just because they're entering something that is male-dominated, that shouldn't preclude them in any way from having a successful career. Really making sure that we're widening the pool of girls that are coming through that have an interest. Some will end up as drivers, some will end up as accountants, some will end up in media. And that's what this program is here to show, that you don't necessarily have to be a driver or an engineer to be involved in motorsport.
3, 2, 1, box, box, box!
Girls on Track is designed to expose girls to an industry and a host of opportunities that were once out of reach.
Well done, well done. Does anyone know what engineering is? Does anyone have an idea what an engineer does?
And to meet some inspirational young women, like Emmy Drew, who chose a career pathway that still mainly attracts the boys.
And what engineers do is we not only build things, but we also design them. It started when I was 12 years old. My dad took me to my first Grand Prix. I decided I want to be a ballerina as well as an F1 driver. Yeah, neither of those really worked out, but that's okay. And then when it came to choosing a degree at university, I decided engineering was the way to go, and with the motorsport really pushing that passion, I guess.
Yeah, why do you reckon we have this rubber band that attaches those wheels?
That connects them.
Yeah, so that one turns as well?
Yeah, exactly. So I didn't have experiences like this when I was their age. That some, programs like this didn't exist, sadly. So it was definitely a fight for me to kind of get to where I am, and definitely being the only girl in certain classes, a lot of STEM classes, was the only girl in, my systems engineering class and physics class even. So to be able to engage the girls and trigger that passion early on so that they have buddies with them, when they get to that stage where they're choosing VCE and university subjects and degrees, they won't be the only ones, and that'll give them a lot of confidence, I think, to pursue their passions.
Yeah, so can you see the little lights down here, the little eyes? Yeah. So it's sort of like a sensor, a light sensor, right? So it's going to sense how far it can go. And once it hits something solid, it's going to stop.
A lot of the mechanics, that actually sounds really interesting to me, because it's usually known as like a guy kind of thing. It's not really a known thing for girls to do, but yeah, it's really good to see that all those girls were there and they were having fun and they were really getting into it.
So to go in this corner, stay out wide.
Overall, I think it was a really fun and exciting experience. We got to learn a lot of new things in the STEM field, and I think really good to see all these women really passionate for what they're about. It's kind of sparked a passion within me as well, being able to see, wow, that's actually a career I could choose to go to.
Okay, girls, how are we going with our owl vomit? Is it fully sick?
Mark Robinson is a big fan of STEM and has been using the Girls on Track program to promote science in the classroom.
Being one of our science teachers, and I also teach research science, I really wanted to see more female participation in those subjects, particularly through into our VCE levels, which we've seen as a school, which has been fantastic and is a direct result of the program and our involvement in it.
So that's your best friend. If you ever feel like you're out of control or you're going too fast, just hit that and then it's all good to go.
So if you guys, when you get a bit older, you might start building robots and programming them to sort of walk around, walk in a square and things like that, or in a circle. It's so important to get girls involved in STEM because there is a lack of women and girls in that area. And I feel like we just add so much more to the environment. We really balance it out. We bring new skills to the industry, and I think regardless of whether, you know, we might be the only female in the room, we really just need to push for it and come together in events like this and encourage each other in order to create that sort of change, yeah.
Arms up in the air, say girls on track!